Hello, welcome to the sports segment here on the AM Show. My name is Benedict Tusi. Thanks so much for joining me. Well, this morning we're going to talk about the Black Stars. Also, we'll talk about Accra Hearts of Oak, and then we'll hit the international scene. But we have to start here on the local scene and speak about the Black Stars because you know the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers is on. International break from the major European leagues as well as all leagues around the world. But the Black Stars will not be part of the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, at least for now. Well, the game against Sierra Leone has been cancelled. The game was due to happen tomorrow, and also the second leg in Freetown that was going to happen next Tuesday. Those two matches are not going to happen. This was after CAF released a statement last night notifying Ghana and Sierra Leone that the Sierra Leonean Football Federation failed to meet a FIFA deadline. That was a condition stipulated in a letter sent by CAF and FIFA on the decision to suspend their federation. They did not meet that Tuesday deadline to reinstate Football Association President Aisha Johansson, who is accused of corruption by government officials. So we are trying to look at the dynamics, how this is going to happen. Are they going to reschedule and play the game later, or they're going to forfeit the 3 points, or Sierra Leone are going to be taken out of the group? So we're going to have 3 groups where it will be Ghana, Ethiopia, and then Kenya. Well, let's go to Kumasi and speak to my colleague Delali Atiasi. He's been following the Black Stars since they touched down in Kumasi. Dela, thanks so much for your time this morning. The question I was asking, you have any idea what was going to be the dynamics after what happened yesterday?
Good morning, Benedict. I guess it will be difficult to say because the information cancelling the game from FIFA was very scanty. It's difficult for you to say whether it will be rescheduled or either they will be completely taken out of the group phase of the competition. But I've been doing my bits of talk myself, but I hear that if Sierra Leone are able to sort their issue out and put their house in order before the next qualifying date, you know, we have an engagement with Kenya as well as Ethiopia, then probably maybe FIFA and CAF can come together and fix a date possibly for those 2 return legs to be played. I've been trying to get in touch with the spokesperson of the normalization committee to find out, especially on this front, what they've heard from CAF. But it's been very difficult getting in touch with him this morning. And so that is what we have now. I guess that as the day grows or the day grows, we'll be able to make our own investigations again to know exactly what the dynamics will be, what CAF will be saying, what FIFA will be saying, for us to have a final determination to this particular one. But obviously, it's been a disappointment for most people here. Although we all knew that, yes, this could happen, and many were very optimistic about the fact that they could put their house in order for this game to continue. Yesterday, for instance, I had a chat with Coach Kwesiapia myself, informally though, and he told me that, yes, indeed, their plans was that he wanted the guys to be here. The game we played on Thursday, the return leg on Monday, and they had really planned for that. So if even there will be any change at all in the date of the game, he will not be too pleased about it. So I hear that today, this morning, there will be a short meeting at the Gold Hotel, and then probably they will disperse the players because no date has been fixed, and then they'll go back to their bases.
Wow, that's some bit of, if you're a player, obviously you came to play in a team, and if it's not going to happen, I don't know how you're going to take that. But in terms of the fans in Kumasi, the story broke last night. What's been their general reaction to the inability to see the Black Stars tomorrow?
If I judge from what I witnessed yesterday at Baba Sports Stadium, even for the second training session, the first one was not too good in terms of spectatorship or attendance, those who came to watch. But I mean, you saw the pictures yourself yesterday at the VIP end of the Baba Sports Stadium. They were there in their numbers, and so it tells you that they were really looking forward to seeing the Black Stars, especially with the likes of Asamoah back into the team. You know, Coach Kwesiapia himself has said that Kumasi will always be a home, and so they were very expectant. The news came, I think, a little after 7, and by that time it was raining heavily here in Kumasi, so it was difficult to gather their reaction. But from what I saw, and the enthusiasm, the expectations, and monitoring radio programs in the course of the day, what the fans were saying about the match, especially after the technical team members were, distributed according to the radio stations who were having their sporting program yesterday just to promote the game, to make sure that the supporters were there in their numbers. The die-hard supporters were there. Afurugu Chakapama and his men were there at the stadium yesterday. We had calls from USC campus where the guys were getting themselves organized to come to the stadium. It tells you that they'll be very much disappointed. Although they all knew that, yes, this could happen, and they were very expectant. They were optimistic that probably we could go through all these for the game to come on. And so I presume that most of them will be very, very much disappointed this game did not come on.
Dela, finally, before I take leave of you, is there any possibility that probably the Black Stars will play against Kumasi and Tekotoko on Friday?
No, and even yesterday when I spoke to some members of the technical team, they said that there was no official documentation to that, and so that match I don't think it's not going to come on. Kotoko are preparing to play against the Burkinabe side on Sunday here at Babayara Sports Stadium.
All right, Dela, thanks so much for our time this morning here on the AM show. So that was my colleague in Kumasi, Dela Lee Atiase, reporting. So what it means is that no Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers this weekend for the Black Stars. We'll definitely get reaction from Sierra Leone and see what the dynamics are going to be, if they're going to forfeit the game, or probably maybe if they're able to sort out their issues, we'll have a new date for the game. Well, we have to move on away from the Black Stars. Let's talk about Accra Heart of Oak. And managing director Magnunan says the club is yet to reach a deal with Guinean side Horoya for the transfer of their star player Patrick Razak. Now, Razak is expected back in the country today after a trip to Guinea with his representatives to finalize a deal. According to Nunan, they have an agreement in principle with Horoya, but no deal has been reached yet.
People were either making false statements or incredibly misinformed statements about Patrick Razak being a Kotoko player very soon, and it was obvious that they had an agenda, and I wanted to make it very, very clear, beyond a shadow of the doubt, that as long as I'm the CEO of Hearts of Oak, we are not selling Patrick Razak to Kotoko. And I used a word there at the end that, where I come from, in my country, doesn't have the serious meaning that I believe it has here. Where I come from, that word means a clown or somebody that shouldn't be taken seriously. But here it seems to have a stronger connotation. So I guess there was some blowback on the word. But don't lose the message. It was about the message, which is we're not going to sell Patrick Razak to Kotoko as long as I'm the CEO of this club, and people don't want to take that message if they've got different agendas. And so, the word choice was an education for me. I think there's some people who would take it that way, and others that didn't. I had a lot of support out there. But the word, why focus on a word as opposed to the message, which was if somebody's attacking my club about something that's completely false, and I come out as the CEO with a strong statement saying we're not selling this guy to Kotoko. That's the message, right? And people want to focus on one word in that message. That's wrong. So in the future, I'll choose my words differently. But I focus on the message that I delivered, and I don't retract a single thing in that message.